The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the October 20th, the Magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to check on the circumstances of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email, send it off early, and send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Magical Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we are beginning our day with quite a rally out there. You've got the Dow up 389, S&P 68, 332 for the NASDAQ 100. Russell's up 43, 162 for the transports, 151 for the semis, 322 for the NASDAQ Composite, 179 for the New York Stock Exchange. We've got that now. The rally's not to be, you should have expected it, anticipated. Why is that? I can't show you the chart, but we did have I can show you this at least. We had a one-day rate of change. I've shown you this chart many times, so it's not like you haven't seen it. It's on my black background system. That's the reason I can't pull it up. But we had a one-day rate of change on Friday. You can see just looking at the spot VIX candle formation, a one-day rate of change below minus 10%. When we get a VIX reading below minus 10%, it gives us an initiation to higher price. Now, we can see that we're getting follow through to the downside of the spot VIX. It would look like to me that it wants to go target that 50-day exponential moving average. The 50-day is down at 1740. If, in fact, that's the outcome, then we're going to see the S&P 500 move higher out there. We've just got the chart for the New York Stock Exchange because what we're showing here is the advanced decline oscillator. That's the difference between the 19 and 39 period exponential moving average of the advanced decline line. When that indicator gets above zero, and right now we're at the 30 level, we have been below zero, but when we get above zero, if we get a second close above reading above zero tomorrow, that tells us that buyers are the ones that have an edge. At this stage here, prices trading above that, buyers have an edge at this stage here of the game. So that's what's going on there. Again, we have the above plus 10% one-day rate of change. That typically leads to a rally or bottom the very next trading session. And below minus 10%, that is an initiation to higher price signal out there. In fact, that's what we are getting this morning. Let's go take a look at this set of charts. So let's combine the daily and the weekly equity future charts. So let's do that. I've got that somewhere. Where did I put that? Where did I put that? Where is it? Shoot. Okay, I thought I had it. And apparently I didn't do that. I'm going to do that now, though. I'm going to put up both the daily and the weekly equity future contracts. It's going to take just a moment here to go ahead and populate these screens. But this way, we're looking at the daily and the weekly at the same time as opposed to separate screens here. And that's important because it is the daily and the weekly that are generating the most important messages for us. So momentarily, we'll have the ES, the NQ, the Russell, and the Dow Equity Future contract. As you can see on the bottom left, let's just start there. We've got the ES submitted that's populated. We've got a TD9 count topping pattern out here. That topping pattern formed 3 weeks ago. The price were to close the week above the high, above that high, which is a price point of 68.1225. If we close above that, come this Friday, we will negate that signal. That would suggest higher price. Right now, price is testing the top of its profile. The top of the profile is up at the 67.72, 75 level. In the case of the ES Mini, it's got resistance up at 68.12.25. So even if the NQ were to close above the top of its daily profile, of its weekly profile, that would be a slightly bullish outcome out there. We've got resistance at 68.12.25. Now, the new profile, daily profile we're looking at, so we're up the upper left-hand corner. That profile wrapped around the prior profile. That tells us to expect and anticipate a consolidating market, a sideways move out there. We'll see if, in fact, that unfolds. In the case of the NQ, right now, price is taking on its TD9 count top. It is trading above the top of its bearish structure daily profile at 25,270.44. If price were to close above the high from October 9th, 25,394, that would negate a TD9 count and Rhodes momentum indicator top and suggest that we continue to move higher. Price right now inside of the weekly time frame is trading above resistance. That's the top of the weekly profile. That's at 25,179.75 out there. I'd be hard-pressed to really put in an A to B equals CD pattern or anything like that, so I don't really have a topping signal on the weekly NQ chart out there. When we come to the Dow equity future contract, still has a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Price right now is taking on the level where a counter trend move would come to an end. We have been trading below the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile for 1, 2, 3, 4 sessions out there. And that says that when you do that, if it's only a counter trend rally to the upside, price would find resistance between the bottom of its profile, that's at 46,549, and the center, 46,742. That's the important number right now. We're trading at 46, 116. No, I'm sorry. We're trading at 46. 749. So we are trading above that center line by 7 points out there. Watch that at day's end. If we do close above it, what it does is it will increase the odds of a move to 47,129, the top of that daily profile. The weekly, we are just consolidating with inside its profile range. 47,090 is resistance. 45,694 is support. Finally, the Russell 2000 having a nice rally, running right into its oscillator and change line. It needs a close above that to suggest that it wants to run for its Rhodes momentum indicator top. That means a close above 25,0920. If it does that, then we're watching to see how price reacts when it gets towards the 25,59.90 level. If it closes above that, it'll negate that Rhodes momentum indicator topping pattern. In the case of the weekly time frame, just a consolidation with inside its profile as well. So how do we summarize this? I'd summarize it like this. The ES Mini, the most important at this stage here, is telling us to expect and anticipate a sideways consolidation. How long will that last? Good question. I don't know. If we were to take a look at the S&P 500, let's pull this over here. We're going to take a look at the S&P 500, take a look at its seasonal pattern out there. This is the seasonal pattern over a 97-year period of time. This seasonal pattern suggests that we should see a top form between today and really, I'd have to say today and tomorrow, with a move just simply lower into the end of the week. In this case here, I'd say you would typically get that seat. So on an annual basis, over a 97-year period of time, the Santa Claus rally has begun right around October the 27th out there. So certainly something to keep pay attention to. If we take a look at, we've got 127 years of data when it comes to the Dow. So let's pull it up. I apologize, 128 years worth of data. And we'll see on its screen, it's expected or anticipated to do the same thing. Now, its top normally comes in tomorrow, and again, the Santa Claus rally right into about the October. This begins right around October 26th, October 27th. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We got a ton of requests. I'm going to get to them almost immediately. I do have the natural gas. I've got the December contract up on my screen right now, and you can see the gap to the upside. Now, if you look at the weekly time frame chart, you'll see the A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So today's gap, well, really on Friday, we had a nice bullish engulfing candle. That confirmed a buy the D point pattern. It already had a weekly TD9 count pattern. The monthly does not have any kind of pattern whatsoever as far as bottoming. It's just trading with inside its profile out there. Now, the reason I just simply bring this up, I've got the December contract. You want to be paying attention to, if you are trading either the UNG or Boyle, they contain different contracts out there. That's why I wanted to pull this up. Here is the UNG contract. UNG, and you can see here you've got December 2025. It's about 3/4 of the holdings with inside there, and then November represents the rest of the value. If you take a look at Boyle, okay, which is I think is a double or a triple, you'll see that it is the January 2026 contract that is inside here. It says November 2020, the November contract of 2025, but the holdings show as of October 17th. It is the January contract out there. So you want to be paying attention to what's going on. I just wanted to go ahead and bring that to everybody's attention out there. So let's just change this. I thought it was December that it had, but let's just put in here the 0126 out there for those people that are trading the Boyle. Again, pay attention to the holdings inside there. Here, what we're just looking for is really a resistance level for you to be paying attention to on that January contract. Should these things finally pop up on my screen, which would be a wonderful thing. So you can see that price is trading above the top of that daily profile right now at 419. That would be a bullish outcome. Price is trading above its green, its oscillator and change line on a weekly basis. You want to see this thing close above this level come Friday. That's at 423 right now. We're on a monthly basis. We're trading below profile support out there. So that says be a bit careful. But it looks to me like this rally wants to continue on the 26 on the January contract out there. A close above 4.248 on a 30-minute base will negate a TD9 count. Rhodes momentum indicator top out there. So just wanted to update you on that. Let's get to the requests that have come in. The first several coming in from GTE, the first being XPEV out here. So let's get this up on our screen. What we have right now is just a consolidation with inside its bullish structure daily profile. That's between the range of 21.16 to 22.19. I do not have any kind of bottoming signal out there. I do have a Rhodes momentum indicator top. If price were to close below 21.16, look for 20.01 as next price target. We've got a consolidation in the weekly time frame between 18.18 and 22.70, and the monthly shows a sideways consolidation. So not much has really changed there since we last looked at it. GT, hope that helps you out. You want to take a look at FXI. FXI right now is doing what? FXI is trading out at $40.34 and wants to go target 40.49. 40.49 is the daily green oscillator and change line. If price is able to close above that, it would increase the odds that it wants to rally further. It has a Rhodes momentum indicator top. The weekly time frame has a TD9 count top with price trading above profile resistance but below its oscillator and change line. Its key resistance level is around 40.69. On the monthly time frame, you're completing a TD9 count top this month. That would suggest a retracement back to 35.52. That's the monthly oscillator and change line. You also wanted to take a look at the Hang Seng. So let's go take a look at the Hang Seng, see what this thing did last night. This closed at 25,858.83. So the daily time frame for the Hang Seng had a nice little rally out there. It's got a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It did find it closed on Friday below its breakdown level at 25, a breakout level 25,387. Right now it says that was a false break to the downside, or was it? If you look at the weekly time frame chart, Rhodes momentum indicator top. If you look at the monthly time frame chart, TD9 count pattern is going to go ahead and form at the end of the month, and price rallying right up into its descending trend line out there. So that's what's going on with regard to the Hang Seng. You also wanted to take a look at DBC out here. So let's pull that up on our screen. Now, DBC is an ETF that represents a number of different, where was it? Was it here? No, that was FXI. DBC represents a number of different commodities. For example, let me pull this over here. So just know what it is that you are investing in, because we pull up the DBC, DBC, where are the holdings? Here we go. Here's your portfolio. So you've got, looks like heating oil. So there you've got a 2026 contract out that represents 12% of the ETF. You've got gold that represents 12%. You've got gasoline futures that represents nearly 12%. Brent crude oil futures about 11%. Again, that's a January contract that is trading. So you get all these different contracts here. That's what you really need to be paying attention to. I don't have the time to do that during the show out there, but that's what you should be looking at as far as the weightings and what patterns they have out here. What I've got showing is I've got the DBC that is trading below profile support and its green oscillator and change line. So the downside target could be 21.75, upside target 22.36. Weekly time frame is dealing with its oscillator and change line. As long as it remains above 22.21, that's a bullish signal, or means you could rally further. And on a weekly time frame, just a good old-fashioned consolidation. Quite frankly, I'd say with inside its profile, but it's really between the bottom and center, 21.86 and 22.81. Been pretty much dead money, taking us back into the time period of August of 2024. Not sure that this is really the area that you want to be, GTE, just simply based upon that. But you'd have to go back, take a look at the individual holdings, see if the heavy-weighted ones are the ones looking for a breakout message. You also want to take a light sweet crude out there. Light sweet crude right now, December contract, is trading an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. The one-to-one price projection has shown that on the weekly time frame is about 54.75. The daily time frame is in bar number 7 of a TD9 count, so no topping signal there. If we get down towards 54.75, generate a bullish reversal candle, we would have a buy the D point pattern wherever that occurred, whether that's a daily or daily and weekly out there. It's also possible for a TD9 count bottom to form over the next couple of days out there. The monthly has us back at its breakout level at 56.81, so a close below that would suggest even lower price. That is what's going on with regard to light sweet crude. Dan inside the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at I usually get this wrong. Is it IMVT? Yeah, it's IMVT out here. And IMVT is having a stellar day. Today is bar number 8 of a TD9 count pattern out there. So, Dan, this, even as nice as this is, this could be forming a top between today and Wednesday. Doesn't mean that it will. It just means that it could form that TD9 count top. That would then suggest that we retrace back towards support, which right now is the top of its profile at 1769. The weekly time frame is dealing with resistance. It's a set of swing points that generated a evening star candle formation. It needs a close above 1906 to negate that signal. So far today, we've been up to a high of 1917, so we've tested and rejected that level so far. Now, that's got volume on that swing of 6 million shares. So far today, we've done 837,000 shares, so pretty good start from a volume standpoint. Be paying attention to that daily TD9 count topping pattern. On a monthly time frame, you've got price that's traded above the center of its bullish structured profile is signaling to us, which is 1775. That's the center line. Could be moving up towards 2003. So I really think it's going to be the daily. It's going to be driving the next message out here for IMVT. Maybe it goes on to negate a TD9 count top. Only time will tell. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We come back to this break. We're going to look at PRQR, AGEN, GLXY, ETHE, RXRX, NB, Triple D's, NVIDIA, and ARBE. Somehow we'll squeeze all those in.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at ticker symbol PRQR. This is for Dan inside the Tiger's Den. Dan, this has got a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern for both its daily and its weekly time frame out there. I think they are the same. They're one and the same, but let's just go ahead and make sure out here. There's your A to B on the weekly. Let's copy. Let's paste. Let's move this over to the next lower low. That would get us up towards the level of about $3.26. No, so two different A to B equal CD patterns that we've got out there. So 326 becomes your next upside target on a daily time frame. A bearish reversal candle would also confirm a sell the D point top out there. You're in bar number 7 today. Perhaps it's the last short-term top that we had out here was a TD9 count top that formed on October the 9th. Maybe it's going to do the same pattern. I don't know. But what you're looking for on the daily or the weekly time frame would be bearish reversal. Well, the weekly, you got to get up to 326 first. Now, the monthly time frame shows that we are trading above the center of its bullish structured monthly profile. Over time, Dan, this is signaling to an eye that it wants to get back to the 432 level out there. So no topping pattern that I would be worried about at this moment in time. And instead, it looks like it wants to go ahead and continue its rally out there. So hope that helps you out with regard to PRQR. Let's go take a look at AGEN, see what this is doing. AGEN right now is trading out at $4.48. Having a heck of a day. It's going to go take on resistance for its daily time frame, Dan. That's up at 455. If price can close above 455, that happens to be the top of its daily profile. Then we ought to see a move towards 501. 501 is the center of its bullish structured weekly profile. It has a weekly TD9 count bottom pattern. If price can close above 501, then we're likely going to see a move towards the 658, 695 level. So the first thing up is going to be 455. You close above that, that's a good move. Then 501, and above that, 658 to 695. The monthly time frame's got a nice TD9 count bottom pattern, but I think it's more the daily and the weekly that are really driving things at this moment in time. So that's AGEN. Hope all that helped you out. As always, thanks so much for your request. SNP inside the Tiger's Den wants to look at GLXY. Let's pull that up on our screen out here. GLXY is trading. Oh, that's the wrong screen. That's the intraday screens. Not the first time that I've done that. It's actually the tab right below it. So now let's get our 3-panel set of charts up here for Galaxy. It's got a daily Rhodes momentum and TD9 count top with price consolidating with inside its daily profile. S&P, that's a range of 3502 at support, 4226 is resistance. A close above the TD9 count Rhodes momentum indicator top, that would require a close above 4433 would be a bullish outcome. Hasn't traded long enough for the monthly chart to provide us with any information, and I would say the same thing is pretty much true for the daily, for the weekly as well. Now, the weekly potentially, let's see, this starts in May. Yeah, so it's got a weekly sell the D point top. So it looks like this. Let me see if I get this out here. We'll draw on our A to B point, and I'm just simply going to move this over to that C point. So this did more than a 1-to-1. A to B equals CD. You've got a bullish engulfing candle. This needs to close above 4433 to truly be on its merry way out there. That's going to negate that daily Rhodes momentum indicator and TD9 count top as well out there. So right now, just a consolidation with inside that daily profile. Hope that helped you out, S&P. You also want to take a look at Ethereum. I can take a look at the ETHE, the ETF for Ethereum out here. That we've got trading out right now with inside its daily profile. So on Thursday and Friday, we closed below profile support, 3211. That looked like we wanted to get down to its buy zone on the weekly time frame between 2661 and 2854. But we're back inside its profile right now. So as long as that condition remains, and we're certainly above Friday's high, this is going to be day number 2 of a rally, at least. No, day number one of a rally. I've got CC. I got the wrong ticker symbol down on the daily time frame. I'll have to change that out. But it looks to me like perhaps if this rally is going to continue, S&P price should go target its oscillator and change line around the center of its daily profile at about 34.15. The weekly has a TD9 count top, and that is suggesting with us trading below its oscillator and change line that price wants to eventually make its move to 26.61 to 28.54, the weekly buy zone. The monthly time frame chart not really helping us out a whole lot here. So it's really going to be the daily and the weekly that we're paying attention to out here. And the daily, I'm watching 32.11. So S&P, hope that helped you out with regard to the Ethereum ETF out there. Duncan Steve wants to look at RXRX. So let's pull those charts up on our screen. And RXRX right now is trading out at 679. It is taking out or trying to take out its TD9 count breakdown resistance level for its daily time frame at 669. It's trading into a swing point, a daily swing point that is, from back on July 21st. 75 million shares traded back on that day. So far today, we're up at 50 million shares. So you're pushing that swing point with volume. You've tested and rejected it. It doesn't matter. You'll be back up to at least test and reject, to at least test that high one more time. That's at 715 out there. That's coming from the daily chart. The weekly chart says we need a close above the July 25th high, 715, to trigger an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. That would look something like this. I'm just simply going to move the A to B pattern over to the lowest low that forms after that. That would give you a price projection around 783. That would just simply be the 1-to-1. At 808, you've got the top of its monthly profile out there. So this is pushing higher with volume. You like that, so it's going to at least go retest that daily swing point high out there. If it takes out the B point of the A to B equals C on the weekly time frame, July 25th high, 201 million shares. You're off to a pretty good start with you being at 50 million shares in just 2 hours of trading. That gets you your A to B equals CD pattern out there. Dunk, you also want to take a look at ticker symbol NB. So let's see if we've got that. I don't know if did we get that up? Oh, we did. And your question here specifically is, can we get back to its October 13th high? The October 13th high has volume out there of 34 million shares. So the low of that is at 10:01. So can we get back to at least the low of that? I would say the answer is yes. The answer, I know on Thursday and Friday, it looked doomed because price closed below the bottom of its bullish structured profile. But we're back inside that profile now. And if price is able to close above the day, that is, above 904, the center of that profile, then we ought to get up towards 971. Well, if we're going to get to 971, we probably are going to get to the bottom of that swing point you referred to, 1001. The question becomes for you to answer is, as price approaches that level, gets into that level, do we test 1001 and close back below it and do it with less than 34 million shares? If the answer is yes, then I don't know if we get back to that high. If the answer is we close inside it with volume, then we're likely to go target that high. Now, there is other resistance on the daily time frame. That's the top of its profile at 1169. The weekly, big old bearish engulfing with consolidation with inside quite a wide profile. 481 is support, 1172 is resistance. So hope that helps you out, Duncan, with regard to ticker symbol NB. We come back to this break. Let's look at Triple D, NVIDIA, and ARBE. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at Triple D out here, the 3D printer symbol out here. It is so interesting. This thing had traded up to the $97 to $100 level, several years ago. Trading out now at $3.71. You got a daily time frame. You will negate the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top with a close above the high from October 16th. That number being 355. We're 371 right now. If you do that, that's a bullish outcome and is going to suggest a rally towards 415, the weekly TD9 count breakdown resistance level. Now, on a weekly basis, price needs to close above the high from the week of October the 10th out there, that high being 354. If it does that, it negates its TD9 count top. So the race is on for 415. Or if you close above 415, 525. 525 is the monthly TD9 count breakdown resistance level. So Triple D should likely is going to negate its Rhodes Momentum Indicator top for the daily time frame. That's going to send off a rally to 415. You close above 415, 525 is the number. So hope that helps you out, Glenn, and best of luck to you with the trade. Eddie, my hip doctor, writes in and would like to take on a couple different instruments, one being NVIDIA. And Eddie don't need it. He'd like to give me a new hip, but the ivermectin that I'm taking is doing the job. 5 days in a row of golf out there. That's the second time this year that I have done that. Was never able to do that. In any event, NVIDIA, your question is, it hasn't really been participating in the rally. Well, it participated in the rally when it got to a TD9 count top for its weekly time frame into August 15th, and it was pretty much a straight line move. So it is a bit tired out there, and it just needs to consolidate with inside its daily profile, which is exactly what it's doing. Eddie, this has got support at 174.92, and it's got a sell zone between 187.47 and 189.26. Your question is, will this get back up to the 205 level? Not until it closes above 189.26. Consolidation there on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame has a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. The Rhodes Momentum Indicator top is also trading with inside its weekly profile, and that is between the range of 158.09 at support. The center or the sell zone begins at 174.58 and runs all the way to the level of 184.48 out there. On a monthly time frame, you've got an A to B equals CD pattern that takes you up towards 229.85. I don't see anything getting in the way of that, at least at this moment in time. So it's just taking a little bit of time off because it did so much heavy lifting, and it just needs to take a little bit more glutathione, if you will, and get those muscles in good shape out there. So I hope that helps you out. Eddie, do we see 205 in the picture? Yeah, eventually, but not doesn't look like that's in the picture short term. And Duncan Steve is going in for a hip consult tomorrow. Hey, Dunk, I tell you what, I'd fly down here to Boca Raton and go meet with Eddie. Yeah, I mean, he is the hip doctor, and he's pretty hip. Let's go take an ARBE. Everybody needs an Arby's every now and then, don't you? Let's go see what Arby's is doing out here. It's trading out right now at $2.21. Turns out it's trading with inside its daily profile. Looks like it has a sell the D point top out there. Because price is trading below the center of its bearish structured daily profile, odds favor Arby's, ARBE, wants to make a move to the bottom of that profile level at 186 out there. The weekly time frame looks like it also has a sell the D point top. Let me just make sure on both of these. So there's your A to B point. I'm just simply going to move this over. And it sure visually looks like, yeah, it did more than a 1-to-1. It completed a bearish shooting star candle last week. And what did that do? That generated a sell the D point top. So ARBE on its weekly time frame is suggesting a move to 174. Well, we got 186 as a price target on the daily time frame. So it looks to me like 174 to 186 is a likely price target. Now, the monthly time frame is also supporting that idea of a further pullback. Why is that, Steve-O? Because price ran into resistance at the top of its profile, which is 224. And we're trading at 222 as we speak right now. So, yeah, it looks to me like ARBE wants to pull back a bit further out there. Eddie, we're going to look at that last request, which is NBTS. Was that you? Or was that somebody else out there? No, that wasn't you, Eddie. That was Duncan Steve. What did you want to look at? Darn it. What did I do with that email? I deleted it. Okay, I'm going to go on to NVTS out there. I think those were the two that Eddie wanted, and then Duncan Steve wanted to take a look at NVTS. I'm pretty sure that that's what we've got. So NVTS had one heck of a month. This thing has run from 7 to 1709 is where we're printing right now. It's had a heck of a couple of weeks out there. It is trading above profile resistance. It's trading above its oscillator and change line. It's trading above everything is what it looks like to me. Let's open up this monthly chart. Are we at a fresh new all-time high? We are not. So it's trading into a swing point that takes you back to November of 2021. 53 million shares traded hands that month. This month so far, we are up with 1.2 billion shares. Odds favor that what price wants to do here is it wants to make a move for that high over time. That high being $22.19 out there. Now, we look at the weekly time frame chart. No topping signal whatsoever. A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. That would require a bearish reversal candle to confirm a top. The daily time frame is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. It's suggesting that after this rally, this nice rally out there, that you should form a TD9 count top between today and Wednesday. And then what we'd be looking at out here is a retracement back to support. The first level of support will be its oscillator and change line, currently printed at 1254. Of course, that number is going to move up and down as price moves up and down. So that's what we see when we take an NVTS. I believe that I have been able to get to all of those requests. And that, as Obi-Wan would say, is a beautiful thing out there. So yeah, no, I don't see. Oh, hold on a second. There is one private ping out here. BMNR. So let's go pull up BMNR. See what we've got going on here. Thank you for that, S&P. And we've got time. We'll make time for you. So we take a look at BMNR. Right now, I've just got this getting back inside its daily profile. It closed below the bottom of its bullish structure daily profile, S&P, for 2 consecutive sessions, Friday and Thursday of last week. If this is only a counter trend move, price will find resistance and will turn back down by the time it gets to the 55.14 level. If, on the other hand, price is able to close above its green oscillator and change line, which is just above the center of that daily profile, this is at 55.82. If price closes above this, this is not just a counter trend move, ought to take us back up to the top of its profile, which is around 62.61. BMNR on a weekly time frame has lost momentum. Not really a ton of information here. The monthly time frame shows that price is trading with inside its profile, pretty equally balanced with support at 1898. 50.54 is the center, and the top is at 82.10 out there. So it's really kind of the daily that's driving the caboose here. Watch to see what happens at about 55.14. See if price can close above that oscillator and change line for its daily time frame. If it does that, you're off towards 62.61. So S&P, thanks for that additional request out there. Hope that helps you out. And, we're just about to go to a hard break. So unless there's some type of request that comes in, I'll try to figure out what to look at. Maybe it's going to be the intraday charts for the equity future contracts, like the ES and the NQ. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Open Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We got the charts for UVIX up on our screen. I believe this is a double long position for the VIX out here. And the question is this a good time now to take a position in this instrument? So UVIX right now is found support at the bottom of its daily profile, which is $10.09. So from that standpoint, it could say yes. Now let's take a look at the howevers out here. The first, however, is going to be taking a look at that New York Stock Exchange, the advanced, the spot VIX index over here on the right-hand side. We had a Friday was a rate of change below minus 10%. That's an initiation to higher price for the S&P 500. That so far has unfolded today. It looks to me like that is going to continue, and that what the spot VIX would do is pull back towards the 50-day exponential moving average, 1741. I'd rather see you get into a long instrument on the spot VIX as price gets and tests and rejects the 50-day exponential moving average. However, let's go take a look at, we've got one more however out there, what's going on with the intraday time period here for the ES Mini. Like how I integrated all that in there? I do. If we take a look at the ES Mini out here right now, what we can see is prices trading above its green oscillator and change line and into the sell zone of its daily profile. S&P, as long as price remains above that green oscillator and change line, that number's at 67.60. It increased the odds of a further rally. That rally getting up to 68.12. We've got no topping pattern on the 5-hour time frame chart. Looks like it wants to trade higher. Bar number 8 on the 4-hour time frame chart. That's going to complete at 2 p.m. You'll get a TD9 count topping signal this evening on the 4-hour time frame chart. The 2-hour time frame chart negated a TD9 count top, is trading above TD9 count breakdown resistance. No topping pattern there. Nothing on the 15-minute, nothing on the 30-minute, nothing on the 60-minute time frame chart out there. So it's just those longer term patterns. Now, the 10-minute is right now in the process of trying to create a Rhodes momentum indicator top. It's still trading above profile resistance at 67.60. Even on a further pullback, you have a buy zone at 67.47 to 67.50. So integrating all that in there, I would say the answer to your question is no. Be a little bit more patient, S&P. Folks, stay tuned for all the great programming. Great to be with you on a magical Monday. Have a terrific day. Be safe out there. I'll see you this afternoon with Tommy. Take care.